parasha of Tazria-Metzorah. And the third pasuk in Parashat Tazria is the pasuk Vayhi bayom hashmini vayimol b'sar orlato, which, as we know, is the pasuk that is the basis for the mitzvah of bris milah. Now, I sort of want to address two aspects of this pasuk and this idea in this week's parsha. Firstly being, what exactly is the meaning behind and the shoresh behind this mitzvah of bris milah that is addressed in the beginning of this week's double parsha, and then going from there to sort of see how this connects, this mitzvah of bris milah goes on to then connect to the rest of the double parsha, which goes on to talk about lashon hara and tzara'at and the consequences of this sort of misdeed, and all a very detailed and lengthy discussion of what exactly that is. So, on the topic of bris milah, the Sefer HaChinuch, which numbers and lists all the mitzvot in the Torah, when it gets to the mitzvah of bris milah, it shares a beautiful insight on what exactly is the shoresh behind this mitzvah. And what it explains about bris milah is that in human beings we have two tzurot, we have two sort of aspects of ourselves. We have the tzurat hanefesh on one side, we have the tzurat haguf on the other side. And he explains that the Jewish people, as we know, are set apart, are distinct, are unique from the other nations of the world. And so in the tzurat hanefesh realm, the Sefer HaChinuch explains that from birth, we're already different from the nations, different from all the other nations as Jewish people, with our tzurat hanefesh, in regards to our tzurat hanefesh. But what exactly is then the mitzvah of bris milah? The mitzvah of bris milah is to create this distinctiveness in the tzurat haguf as well. And while we're born with this sort of shleimut in the tzurat hanefesh, we have to play an active role in performing the mitzvah of bris milah to achieve this sort of shleimut then on the tzurat haguf side. But now the Sefer HaChinuch asks an interesting question. If our goal is to achieve shleimut in both of these realms, in both the tzurat hanefesh and the tzurat haguf, then why is it that we're born with already a full shleimut on the tzurat hanefesh side, but we have to, when a baby boy is 8 days old, we have to actually play this role of a participant. We have to play this active role in achieving the shleimut on the side of the tzurat haguf. So he actually explains that this thought process, explaining that the tzurat hanefesh were born with the tzurat hanefesh being shalem, is actually false, and he explains that that's actually misguided. And he says that just like with the tzurat hanefesh, it's sort of a progress report. It's sort of a moving process that we have to be constantly working on our tzurat hanefesh to achieve shleimut in the tzurat hanefesh realm. How do we do that? In terms of working on our characteristics and working on our self-growth and being mitakein our midot. So at the same time that we're trying to achieve this shleimut in the tzurat hanefesh, what is the mitzvah of bris milah? It's playing an active participant role in achieving the shleimut also on the tzurat haguf side. And moving on then from the shoresh of that mitzvah, I think the Sefer HaChinuch's thought then actually offers another beautiful insight into how it connects to the rest of the parsha. Because now what's the rest of the parsha? The rest of the parsha discusses the repercussions, it discusses the consequences of not having this shleimut in the realm of the tzurat hanefesh. Because if we don't work on ourselves enough, if we're not mitakein our midot enough, if we don't work on our speech, our thoughts, our midah of lashon hara, if we're not trying to constantly be better at that, then these are the consequences, such and such are the consequences, in this detailed, lengthy discussion that continues on through the rest of these two parshiot. So we, going into the Shabbos, should bear in mind that we all have to constantly have it in our minds and be trying and be striving to achieve the shleimut in both the tzurat hanefesh realm as well as the tzurat haguf. Shabbos.